In 1896, a letter arrived that would change everything. "I cannot offer you money, position, or fame," it said. "The first two you have. The last, from the place you now occupy, you will no doubt achieve. These things I now ask you to give up. I offer you in their place work, hard, hard work, the task of bringing a people from degradation, poverty, and waste to full manhood." It was signed by Booker T. Washington, the principal of an industrial and teacher training institute for black students in Tuskegee, Alabama. To lure Carver to Tuskegee, Washington offered him an annual salary of $1,000 plus living quarters. Despite Washington's warning of hard work, Carver replied to him, "It has always been one ideal of my life to be the greatest good to the greatest number of my people possible. And to this end, I have been preparing myself for these many years, feeling as I do that this line of education is the key to unlock the golden door of freedom to our people." The Carvers did their best to provide George with some education, but by the time he was around 12 years old, his curiosity could no longer be contained. There was a school for blacks in Neosho, a town 8 miles away. George set out alone and on foot to achieve an education.
It represents powerful psychological resiliency. What motivates a young person, 10, 12 years old, to leave where he resides and walk 8 miles to a school? It is not only the site from which he originated his education, it's a site that actually represents the initiation of what I call his path to freedom. And that's the anchor, that's the beginning of this incredible story that is called Carver.
That legacy is what made a whole 2 or 3 generations back feel that they could do anything. We had these brilliant doctors, brilliant scholars up on campus because they had a place to be geniuses, to show their genius.
Carver began his teaching in an old shack with no facilities. In order to establish some sort of laboratory, he had to root through junk heaps to find usable bottles and other items.
Why in the heck did he come to Tuskegee? Where he came, where people were jealous of him, clearly the resources he obtained were less, came to a hostile environment, both politically, socially. Despite all that, why did he come? You know, and you look and read the history, and it comes down to serve my people. That is the most fundamental piece that I want to share from my vantage point of 40 years in here, because taking on that task, that's the most daunting task. Just a few years out from slavery ending, a decade or so out from slavery, and right into the heart of the beast. Now, the only way you could do this is you have to be a warrior, you have to have courage, you have to be dauntless, you have to be so mission-oriented. He had to suffer the indignities that a black person had to suffer during that time, and yet he continued on his journey. That's the real power, that's the real spirit within.
Despite Washington's warning of hard work, Carver replied to him, "It has always been one ideal of my life to be the greatest good to the greatest number of my people possible. And to this end, I have been preparing myself for these many years, feeling as I do that this line of education is the key to unlock the golden door of freedom to our people." He would remain there until his death 47 years later.